there.
All right, 8:38 here on Good Day. Well, obesity is an issue we talk a lot about here on Good Day. It's something that can cause some pretty serious health problems, and our next guest knows that more than anything. He now weighs over 650 pounds and is fighting for his life, but he's not alone. The community is coming together to make sure he loses the weight and gets healthy once again. Joining us on Good Day is 57-year-old Kerry Giese. You can see him right there. Also with us today, his diet and nutrition coach, Jeremy Avner, and his physician, Dr. Brouilletee. We'll see the whole shot of everybody here in just a second. Guys, thanks for coming in. Good to see you all this morning.
Thank you.
All right, this is a mission to get you healthy once again, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, were you a big guy before you started having these health problems, or take us back?
I've struggled with my weight since I was a kid, but not much, just slightly, 10, 15 pounds as a rule. But about 13, 14 years ago, I had a stroke. It affected my legs, but over the years, I kind of just lazed out and stopped walking as much. I used to be very energetic. I used to go. So I stopped walking and kept eating. I said my legs stopped, but the fork kept going. So I also got in the habit of just eating the wrong things. I used to be a performer, was a stand-up comedian on the road for a couple of years, and I did drive-through. Everything was a drive-through, and I got addicted to that food.
So at what point did you say, okay, this has gone on long enough, I got to make a change?
Well, I said that a long time ago, actually, but I haven't been able to do very much about it because of financial reasons, basically. I knew something had to be done. I had spoken to a surgeon about the surgery, but because of a blood disorder I have, it's very, very, very risky. So I had kind of given up, actually. I'd said, well, I'll just enjoy the ride for the last few years. But recently I've been getting therapy for some lymphedema that I was diagnosed with, and my therapist, Ann Klein. We had a long conversation about it, and before I knew it, she told me about Jeremy and the folks at Nuviva, and they've all come together to make me live longer.
Yeah, so let's talk about what you're doing to help getting back in shape. You're the nutrition coach.
Yes.
Where do you start when somebody is morbidly obese, 650 pounds?
Well, the big thing is we listen more than anything else. Automatically assuming somebody walks in your door and you feel that they're overweight because of obviously overeating and eating the wrong types of foods. But we didn't know for sure. So what we asked Kerry to do is put together his diet for a week before we saw him. We met a couple times before that and kind of went over everything with him. Ironically, what we saw is that he was actually eating less food than an average athletic individual.
Really?
So by looking at that, we finally understood his biggest thing was to get his metabolism moving and functioning in the right way.
But exercise isn't as easy as it was back in the day, right?
No,
So what do you do at this point?
So what we've done is we've reached out to the community. We've got our partners in health with Physician Associates and the YMCA. So now Kerry goes to the YMCA at least 3 days a week with a personal trainer, does water aerobics, and he's in the pool. So a combination of both his diet and his exercise are finally getting him into where he needs to be. He's lost around 25 pounds within his first week of the program.
First week?
Yes.
Wow.
And blood sugar has dropped almost 40 points in a week.
You know, Doc, I'm sure you see this a lot. Again, Dr. Brouilletee on the end there. You see this all the time. But I guess a lot of people don't really understand how just small weight loss can make such a big impact, do we?
Absolutely. Small amounts of weight loss can have such a huge impact on the patient's health, particularly with diabetes. It's pretty incredible, and most people don't really understand the gravity of that.
When you see somebody like Kerry come in and say, I need some help, what's your first thought that comes through your mind from a medical standpoint?
Well, I see patients of all types that are overweight and obese, and some of them are very committed and motivated to reclaim their lives, their health. Some are less motivated. One of our biggest things at the office where we work at is to try to help motivate these people and help them to understand that you can reclaim your health, and it's not as hard as you may think that it is.
Well, we're going to be following the progress here. I know all you guys are involved in this. What's your goal here, Kerry? What do you want to see?
Well, I see my grandchildren, basically. I mean, my goal is I had pretty much written off, like I said. So I have 2 kids. I have Emma and Aiden, my teenage kids, and my wife, and they want me around. and I want to be there.
And you got that motivation.
And I plan on playing with my grandkids.
All right. Well, this is going to be exciting to see. 25 pounds in the first week, so we'll be anxious to see how this goes along.
Absolutely.
Guys, good to see you. We're going to be doing follow-up stories on you, and we'll all be involved in that. Again, Kerry Giese, nutrition coach Jeremy Avner, Dr. Chris Brouilletee. Thanks, guys. Do appreciate it. We're looking forward to see how this turns out.
Thanks.
All right, guys.